Hey YouTube, this is Voluptuously Skinny, and I'm finally getting back on track as far as the video is concerned. Today is Thursday, November 5th, and I just ended my post-op week 7, or just kind of started it on yesterday. So here are my stats. My high weight was 369.9, start weight or surgery weight was 329.6. My current weight now is 304.2, which is a loss of 4.2 pounds for the week. So I lost the 2 pounds that I had gained, or the almost 2 pounds that I had gained on last week, and lost some more. And so all together now, that is 40 pounds before surgery, 25.4 pounds since surgery, which makes an average of 3.63 pounds per week, and which is right in between the 2 to 6 pounds that my nutritionist said that I should be losing, or that people can be losing after surgery, which she leans more towards the 2 pounds per week. And so that's a total of 65.7 pounds, y'all, lost altogether. I'm so excited. So excited. One of my friends, she talked me into taking full body shot again, which I hadn't taken one since the day that I came home from surgery. And my son looks at him and I'm like, can you tell? And he was like, can you not tell? And I'm like, okay, I get it. I can tell. So anyway, I had a nutritionist visit on this past Tuesday. And, I was at a stall and I told her I had gained weight too. Well, she said she was doing my stats and, she was checking my muscle mass and all that. And she was like, could this be right? She went back and she looked at all of her paperwork, looked at the other past measurements and stuff. And she said, well, that's why you were gaining, or you were staying still for all of those days, is because I have had a 20-pound loss of fat, but I gained 12 pounds of muscle, y'all. I gained 12 pounds of muscle. So I'm getting my protein in. I'm getting, 70 to 80. There was one day I had like 100, but she definitely wants me to get at 90. So, she basically told me I needed to add another protein shake per day. So I'm going to do that. She told me to, y'all, I think, did I tell y'all? No, I haven't done a video yet, I think, since then. Or did I? Yes, I did. On this past Friday when I was very, very sick, she told me it was dumping. She said, yeah, you ate too much. She said, because all the signs that you're talking about are signs of dumping. So, yeah, I dumped. Not good. So I'm definitely watching my food intake. I told her, I said, the only way I can really tell I'm full is when I do that first little burp. And I said, and I hadn't burped. So usually when I burp, I'm like, oh, I'm done. No more. And she said, when you've burped, it's too late. So I've really got to stay in tune with my body to try to figure out what is the very first signs of being satisfied or full. So if you all have any suggestions, or if you all have things that you do or that happen to your body that gives you an indication or a sign that you're full, let me know, because I want to know, maybe I'm having those signs and don't even really realize it. Like, I've had a friend tell me that she sneezes, and then I've read in other forums that people's nose run. Well, mine, I don't get that sign at all. It's that burp, and that's what I've been looking for the last 7 weeks. So apparently that is way too late. So anyway, let me know what signs you guys have. Also iron. I'd stopped taking my iron a couple weeks ago, but she told me, yeah, she said 60% of women, especially who are sleeved, have anemia. And she says she definitely suspects that I have anemia. So to start taking my iron again, just because I've been lethargic in the evening, very lethargic, and because I've been very cold. So I started taking my iron again on yesterday. And then again, she told me to stop worrying about the calories. Because I told you when I went to the doctor, he was saying, eat more, eat more, eat more. And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm not getting up to 1,000 calories. And she said it'll be a while before I get to 1,000 calories. She said that I, not to focus on the calories, just make sure that I'm getting in the protein. And that's what I plan on doing. So anyway, this week I tried to go about things a little differently, and I tried to meal plan a bit better. And so what I did was I went out, and breakfast was a chocolate shake, protein shake. I bought cheese, small, like I think it was less than an ounce of cheese. I think it was Land O'Lakes cheese. I got some almonds. I ground some ground turkey, or some ground turkey, cooked that, measured that out in 1.5 ounces containers, and that's been just enough or a little bit too much for me. So I usually eat half and then half again later, just because I wanted to make sure that I was really focused at school and that I was really still getting in the nutrients while I was at the school, and that I was not not eating, because there were times where I just wouldn't eat. I felt like I'm running around doing what I need to do, but now I just take it with me. I've got them in small containers, small little snack bags, and as I'm running around, as I'm observing in classrooms, I take it with me. And that has proved to be do well for me. Chicken, y'all, that dreaded chicken. So I did have some more chicken. I had some rotisserie chicken, and this time it did sit well with me. But yeah, that last chicken, that was kind of the initiating start of the whole dumping. I think that chicken just was not digesting. And so when I ate the fish, that was on top of the chicken, and it just went there. So anyway, only moist chicken, y'all, if chicken at all. And I've read in a lot of forums where chicken is the one that gets people the most. Non-scale victory, y'all. So I went out and I'm looking over at my big box of clothes. So I had a big garage sale last year, and I sold all my 18s, all my 20s. And years ago, I had already given away. I was down as low as like a 14. And years ago, I had already given the 14, 16s away. And so I was holding on to the 18s and the 20s, the 22s, and so I had a garage sale last year and sold the majority of them, but there were still things that I still had left over. So my pastor's wife, Pastor Risa, she told me on Sunday, she said, I know you can't tell that you're losing weight. She said, but honey, she said, basically those pants are too big that you have on. And so I came home and I asked my son, I said, will you pull that big box out? I'm going to try those clothes on just to see. And so y'all, I am down from like a 22, 24, really 20. I was in a 24. I wasn't in no 22. The 22s that I was wearing was not, I hadn't even worn them. So I was in a 22, 24, 26 dress. And I fit in my 20s. I'm so excited. So y'all, I'm in my 20s. Down from a 3X, should probably some of them been a 4X, to a 2X. So I'm excited about that. So that was my non-scale victory. Now, as far as my personal, y'all, does anybody else look at food on the internet? Is it just me? I'm scaling through recipes. I'm looking at different things that I can cook. Half of it I can't even eat, but I just want to cook it which is not anything totally different. I used to look through recipe books and want to cook different things and try different things, but now I find myself looking through them even more, and I'm like, okay, some of this I can't even eat, but how could I adapt it? So I'm looking at that. I look at Food Network shows on Netflix because I don't have cable. I look at Iron Chef, The World's Worst Cook. I'm like addicted now to these cooking shows. So I don't know if that's part of the surgery or part of me like trying to get over my food addiction or what. There've been a couple times where, well, not a couple times, but there's been one time in particular. And what I should have done was taken time to notice why I was thinking that way. But actually, I think it may have been after I had gotten sick on Friday, where I just wanted to I was mad because I wanted to just eat some chips. I wanted some chips, y'all. And then if I couldn't have chips, I wanted the popcorn. And popcorn has been all around me. And y'all, I am a popcorn addict. When I went to the movies, back in the day, when I was much smaller and I was running, every day. And I used to save on Saturdays. I wouldn't eat anything because if I was going to the movies, I knew I wanted a large tub of popcorn. Yeah. And I would go running that morning because I knew I wanted the extra calories. And that would be my meal for the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would go to the movies and I would just eat that popcorn. And then I would be good for the rest of the day and then get back on track on Sunday. So I'm missing my popcorn. I haven't even been to the movie theater because I don't even want to smell it. That's kind of hard, but that's the real deal. Uh, Still having regretting periods, but I just think that's just this moment. And I continue to encourage others that I talk to because I think to encourage them, it puts it in the atmosphere for me, and it encourages me to just stay on track because I know what is coming in the end. So everybody just stay encouraged. I'm right there with you. I know that it's hard. It's very hard. People still to this day are asking me, what can you eat? Or when they see what I'm eating, they're like, oh my gosh, is that it? And yeah, that's it for now. And that will be, it'll be a little bit more than that, but this is a lifetime. It's a lifetime change, and change is hard. Change is hard, period. But change is inevitable, and change can be very good. And I know that this is good for me, no matter what period or season I'm going through as far as regret is concerned. So I'm getting there, and I can see the big picture. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, peace out, baby. I love y'all.